All right, Hokie Nation. Ed Williams back here with another episode of Hokie Hoops. This is an off-season edition, and we're introducing a very special and new member of the Hokie Nation, Tyler Nickel. Tyler is a 6'7" small forward from Elkton, Virginia, um, transferred in from UNC. So I think most people are probably pretty familiar with you, done some reading, probably people who are familiar with you back to your recruitment to begin with. So, Tyler, welcome. We're looking forward to watching you on the court this year, and glad to have you back in the state of Virginia, man.
Yeah, thank you. Me too. I'm happy to be back.
So you're from Elkton, which is right outside of Harrisonburg, correct?
Yeah, I'm actually I probably spent more time in Harrisonburg than Elkton, but my high school was in Elkton.
Okay, cool. So the recruiting sites are misleading there, I guess. Um,
Yeah.
so I have a first question for you that's not really one that I had planned to ask, but the recruiting sites have you listed as a small forward, but you played a little bit of forward too, right? So I want to ask you, what position would you say you are, a 3 or a 4?
I'm really not a four at all. I'm a two or a three. I think
2, okay,
when I was a four, like when I played some minutes at the four this year, it was really just spot minutes.
right.
So it that wasn't really based on like our position or anything. It was just like the situation of the game. But I would say primarily I'm a two or a three, and I mean I can play the four if need be, but I would say definitely primarily a 2-3 guy.
So you mainly see yourself out on the wing. I got you.
Yes, sir.
That's exciting stuff, man. Well, I'll hit a couple highlights real quick, and one of them is actually kind of funny now in hindsight. But two of the standout performances you had in your freshman campaign for UNC were 16 points against the Citadel on 5 of 10 shooting. You knocked down 3 threes in that game. We're gonna love seeing that out on the wing this year. And then your season high in minutes did come against Virginia Tech. You played 25 minutes against the Hokies. So I remember watching you obviously in that game. And I remembered you from your recruitment. And I was like, dang, I really wish we had that guy. So full circle moment now. But yeah, your season high in minutes your freshman campaign came against Virginia Tech in Castle. So that was an interesting one to look back on. But I'll just give you a chance to introduce yourself to Hokie Nation kind of on the court first. So, what would you say your three biggest strengths on the basketball court are?
I would say my three biggest strengths would be I mean I can shoot the basketball at a high level, but that would be one. I think my second one is kind of being a threat at all places on the floor. As far as like I can apply pressure to defenses really anywhere on the floor and create offense from anywhere. And then I would say my third is being able to play make, being able to create offense, and then maybe not always just creating a shot for myself, but creating a shot for somebody else.
I love that. Yeah. So scorer at all three levels. We'll go with that as the quick summation there. Um, so obviously that's you on the court. What are some things you like to do off the court in your spare time? Whether it be basketball related or otherwise, just keeping yourself busy away from the game, away from the gym.
Yeah, I mean, for the most part, like so much of the day is spent in the gym that when you're not in the gym, it's almost like you want to do nothing. It's like you just want to like relax and try to recover as much as you can. I would say for me, um, I like even when I'm not playing, I love to watch basketball. Like I love to watch like sports, just like in general, like watching football. For me, actually, I'm a big like MMA, like combat sports guy. I love that stuff.
Interesting. I've tried to pick it up more and more this year. It's kind of cool. There's fights every weekend, but that's an interesting one. You usually hear guys who are basketball players. Oh, I played football in high school and all that kind of stuff. But did
hmm
you ever do any MMA or any training or anything like that, or are you just into watching it?
I mean, I did a little bit of boxing for a little bit, but I it's kind of something I want to get into as far as like off season, like conditioning and just training like combat in general. It's something I've actually been thinking about getting into.
Yeah, I can see how it would apply on the court. Speed, quickness, agility, all that good stuff.
Right.
What other sports did you play growing up? If you weren't playing basketball, what do you think you'd be playing?
If I wasn't playing basketball, I mean, the easy answer would probably football because I played that all the way up until like seventh, eighth grade until I just started playing basketball. But looking back on it, if I didn't keep playing basketball, I honestly probably would have went into boxing.
6'7" boxer. That'd be pretty cool. Yes, you have a reach advantage, I feel like most nights.
Right.
So obviously, you went through the recruitment process, you went down to Carolina and played your freshman year, and then you decided to jump in the transfer portal. So, if I remember correctly, Virginia Tech was pretty heavily involved in your recruitment the first time around. Obviously, you're from, 2 hours north, if even that.
Mhm.
So what was such a important part of the relationship building process during your high school recruitment that led you to decide to come to Virginia Tech the second time around? Was it relationships with the campus itself, the school, people around the community, the coaches? Obviously, I'm sure played a big role, but just talk a little bit about how building those relationships the first time around helped you come to this decision the second time.
Yeah, I mean, I would say a really big part of it is the relationship I had with Coach Young. Cause I mean, like regardless, even when things didn't go the way that he obviously would have wanted them to in the first place, when I let him know that I wouldn't be going there in the first place, I've never seen a coach handle a situation with that much like class and grace and like still like wishing the best, like never wishing ill will on a kid and like that in itself, like I had already really respected him, but that just made me respect him even more. And knowing that the feeling he hadn't changed when the transfer portal time had happened, and as far as like assistant coaches like Coach Webster, like I created a really good relationship with him, and he worked really hard to make sure that we had a good relationship. So I would say that's a big part of what made me comfortable. And also just like from the even from the outside looking in, just like the culture of the program, the culture of the team, it just seems like it has a really positive energy around it, and that's always something you want to be a part of.
Yeah, absolutely. That's the relationship thing is you build relationships, they're supposed to last a long time, right? So that's really cool to hear. Everyone loves Coach Young, obviously. Um, what is something you're most looking forward to doing once you get to Blacksburg? Obviously, I'm sure you went on multiple trips there during the original recruiting process, so maybe you have a little familiarity with the area and the campus. But besides, obviously, I know your obvious answer is going to be getting in the
Hmm.
gym, I'm sure. But besides that, what are some things you're looking forward to for your fresh start at Virginia Tech?
So I know about this little spot on campus, or I don't know if it's on campus, but Cabo Fish Taco.
Yeah, right off
Yeah,
campus. Yeah,
yeah. I've heard about that. I heard it's real good.
it's solid. It's solid stuff.
I heard, so I gotta hit that up. Um, Outside of that, I mean, I don't know. I just feel like the atmosphere of campus is just pretty live in general. So I feel like that would be pretty cool to see.
Yeah, you'll get there for football season. That'll be pretty cool too.
Hmm.
Do you have any relationships with guys currently on the team that you made, maybe during your original recruitment process, or maybe the second time, or just through playing in the ACC? Anybody you're looking forward to playing against or going up against in practice?
Yeah, I mean, I know that technically, like Hunter hasn't given an announcement as far as if he's coming back or if he's not. But if he does choose to come back, I feel like that would be pretty good for me because someone that can shoot the ball at a high level isn't afraid to put the ball on the floor. As far as defending wise, that would help me as far as like trying to defend that. I think um, just a lot of athletic, quick guards that we have, like Rodney and MJ, Padula, little shifty guys, like smart guys, high IQ guys. So it's like, um, just trying to defend guys like that. I feel like that could get you better. So I would be real excited for that. And as far as relationships, I had went on my official visit with Rodney, so I know him probably a little better than most of the guys. But and like we had a pretty good relationship after that visit. So uh I feel like I'd definitely be looking forward to playing with and against every day.
Yeah, you're gonna have some fun battles during summer workouts out on the wing. If Hunter ends up coming back, you and him, because Hunter can shoot it, but he's no slouch on defense either. MJ is obviously a very good defensive player out there on the wing as well. So some good battles in summer camp, I'm sure. All right, you talked about if you weren't playing basketball, you'd probably play football or boxing. If you couldn't play any of the sports, what would you think you're doing?
That's a good question.
A
Uh,
non-sports, where would Tyler Nickel be?
hmm. That's hard to say. I really don't know. I really don't know. Without sports.
Or your Coach Young has demanded that no one's allowed to go in the facility for 3 days, no lifting, everybody's taking a rest. What are
Oh,
you
okay.
getting? What are you getting into? How about that? It doesn't even have to be like a career, but what are you getting
Okay.
into? You going to play golf? You going hiking? You going where are we going?
Um, I don't. I don't. Okay, that's a good question. Let me think about this. Um, I feel like I'd probably just like if my friends have a little kickback or something, I'd probably like go to my guy's house. Like if something like that. I don't know. I'm not a big like going out guy. So it's like it like
Just kind of
little
keep it
like
low key.
yeah, cool little functions or something like that. Yeah, I'll probably go to
All right, cool. I got you. Well, I'm sure you guys will figure all that out this summertime when town's a little bit quieter.
that.
Um, That's kind of it, man. I don't really have a whole lot else. I think this was awesome. It's really cool to hear a little bit about the inside scoops there with the relationships you have with some of the guys on the team. I'm looking forward to the season. Obviously, I think the roster's in a really healthy spot. I'm really excited to watch you play, especially in Coach Young's system. I can see how it would be a pretty awesome fit. So I'm really looking forward to you coming to Blacksburg. We're happy to have you, obviously. Um, but if you got anything else, man, any closing thoughts, any shout outs, anything else Virginia Tech and Hokie Nation needs to know about Tyler Nickel before you hit town this summertime?
I just know that it's up, man. Just know that
All
it's up.
right.
As soon as we get on the court, it's up, man.
I love that. We'll have to clip that. We'll put that out there like a little 5-second clip. All you need to know about Tyler Nickel right there in a little 5 second clip. Perfect, man. I love it. I appreciate it. Thank you for taking the time to jump on, and we'll talk soon.
Okay, sounds good. Appreciate you, man.